Welcome to Pardon My Frenchie. This is me, 143. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Welcome to another edition of the Kitchen Edition, where we are hitting the farmer's market again. If you saw the other episode, we were doing the frozen edition of the peaches. Now we are doing the oven edition of the peaches, where again, you can put these treats in the oven, or where you can use your treat maker, which I absolutely love, and is easier for when we do these portable kitchen shows. So, but either way, you can do it in the oven, or again, if you do the treat maker, it's a lot quicker. But either way, these are healthy treats that you can make in your home. You know exactly what's going in them for your pet, and you can get these items at your local farmer's market. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to go for peaches. Whatever's in season, you can go for those as well. You can go for strawberries, blueberries, anything that your heart desires. I just happened to be at the farmer's market and I saw these wonderful peaches that were in season, and I thought, what a great time to do some great recipes. So I found this one that is just wonderful for making dog treats. Made them yesterday. They were a big hit with the dogs and super simple to make. So let's get started on it. First, we're going to start out with our 2 cups of old-fashioned oats. Now, in one of my previous videos, I had brought up taking the oats, and of course they come in regular oat fashion. That looks like regular oatmeal when you make oatmeal, right? But if you put it in your blender or your like this is a food bullet, if you put it in here, what happens is, let me put a little bit of water in there. Anyways, but what happens is, if you take this and you put it in here, what will happen is it will turn it into more of a flour base, which is great because it's easier on when you make the treats. And it seemed to me when I had made the treats in the form of the oats, it seemed that the treats would fall apart easier. So I decided to start grinding the oats up prior to putting them into the mixture. And so I'm going to show you that today because, again, it was super simple, super easy. And again, you can use one of these NutriBullets, which are super cheap. I think I had seen them at Walmart or something for like $10. But you can use a regular blender too, or a food processor or something, whatever. I mean, either way, it makes it so much easier, which I'll show you here in a second. And it doesn't take that long to grind this up. So I'm going to stick this on here, my 2 cups of rolled oats. So it's going to get a little loud for 2 seconds. And like I said, you'll see how quick it goes as well. You can see it'll turn it almost into like a flour. And it's nicer because, like I said before, when I did the treats just with the oats, it made the treats fall apart. And it just seemed, I don't know, it looked a little messy. So, but it's getting there. It is getting there.
A few moments later, a few inches later, 2 hours later, 1 eternity later.
It's coming. What I did earlier too is sometimes I'll just take this off and shake it up a little bit. Like now, what I'll do is shake it up just a little bit. Scared Rosie there. So, sorry, Rosie. I'm going to put it on. Grind it up just a little bit more. Kind of just to make sure that we've got everything. As you can see, it comes in this nice, very, very nice. It looks like, this looks like a flower, which is wonderful. And then take it off. Take it off and put it in your bowl and start with your other ingredients. So I'm going to get this in here. And even if you have some of the pieces left over, it's still better than having the whole thing be oats, because again, like I said, it was just seemed like it was falling apart, and I don't know, presentation just wasn't good, and I don't know, it just didn't look good to me. So anyway, just stick that on there for a second. Okay, so our next item is going to be 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour, which I've gotten here. Whole wheat flour. Again, you can use any other kind of flour as well. I'm going to get that in here, mix it on up with my rolled oats, not Hall & Oats, as I've said in the past. And I really like the farmers markets. I love this time of year because you can definitely taste the difference in what you're getting from the grocery stores and just the fresh products. So, all right, got this nice and mixed up. So next we're going to go with our peaches, the ones that I found at the farmers market. I got 2 very, very nice peaches, and try to go with ones that are soft as can be, because those are going to be the ones that are going to be the sweetest. So I know a lot of people try to stick away from those, but this one is a little on the tough side, but that's okay, because we're going to grind it up, and we're going to add another ingredient to make it a little bit more sweeter in a minute. So, but I'm going to get this all cut up. Now remember, when you're cutting your peaches, that peaches are very, very good for your animals, for your dogs. Just make sure you get rid of the pits. The pits are very toxic to the dogs. They can cause a choking hazard, but the pits themselves are very, very toxic. So we're going to make sure that we get rid of those, because we don't want anything hurting our French fries, who were acting crazy a second ago. But now, in true French Bulldog fashion, they have passed out on the floor. So I'm getting this all chopped up here, my peaches, and yeah, but I tell you what, the farmer's market that I went to was super. They had watermelon and just everything, watermelon and peppers and squash, and just everything just looked wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to get this other one cut up real quick. While I'm doing that, I'm going to put it in my bullet, because the bullet's going to be the fastest way to get this all mashed up for me. So I'm going to get that in there while I'm getting ready to get this other stuff going. So there's that. But such an easy peasy lemon squeeze, healthy way to make sure that your animals are getting something good and nutritious, and so are you.
Get that body going. Warm that body up.
Because I'm sure if you're at the farmer's market, you're getting stuff for your family as well. So, as I know I always stock up with for stuff for us at the farmer's market, because it is in my opinion, best time of year to get stuff. I look forward to it every year. So, get a little bit more off of this, and then we're gonna add our next. There's a lot in there. We're going to add in a couple more. All right, so then I'm going to move this on over. Our next is going to be we're going to do 2 tablespoons of molasses. Now the molasses is what is going to, is what's going to sweeten this up, because our peaches are a little tart. So we're going to get that molasses in here as well. So 2 tablespoons of molasses, just to kind of get it sweetened up for us. And get that in here. You can also find molasses at the farmer's market. You can, if you don't have molasses, you can use honey. Honey is another great substitute for it. I'm going to put that in there. Put this off to the side. And then I'm going to put a half a cup of water in here as well. This is a cup, but I'm going to put half a cup. I'm going to start out with a half a cup, and I may go to a cup once we start mixing. But I'm going to start out with a half a cup in here, and then we're going to start grinding this. And again, it's going to get a little loud, but it's the quickest way to make sure that you're getting your whole peach all ground up. So let's get this moving. Beautiful. Just quick and easy.
Loud noises!
Giving it a few extra seconds to make sure everything is good. Perfect. And again, quick and easy. And I'm also going to add in here 2 tablespoons of, I'm going to add in, I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to leave that out for now. I was going to put in, thinking about putting in peanut butter, but I think I'm going to leave that out on this. So I'm just going to add this to my mixture here. So we've got all that in here, and I'm going to get this all stirred up. It smells amazing because everything, of course, is all fresh. And again, look how quick that was in there. So I'm going to get this all mixed up, and like I said, sometimes you may need a little bit more water, but I don't think today we will. But we'll see.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last.
If so, no big deal. Also, again, this is another one that you can roll out. On parchment paper, and take your cookie cutters. Hobby Lobby yesterday had some wonderful cookie cutters in dog shape, paw shape, little forms, and just roll it out, make your little shapes, put it in the oven, 350, 20-25 minutes, and you are good to go. So it may need just a little bit of water. So I'm going to put a little bit more in here just for good measure. And let's see how that goes for us. And also, Hobby Lobby also had some new silicone pans. Now the silicone pans, which I'll show you here in a second after I'm done mixing this, but the silicone pans, you could use those in the microwave, which was a first for me. I hadn't seen that you could use those in the microwave before. So I'll have to try that out, maybe on a future recipe. But you can use it in the microwave. You can use it, of course, in the oven. And in the freezer, which I've used them in the freezer for the dog popsicles. And then yesterday, I also used them to make the dog treats. So I did this recipe and I put it in my dog treat maker, but I also used the silicone pan, which I'll show you here in a minute. So I used that to put it in the oven as well. So I did it both ways so that you could see it both ways and see how nice they turn out. But anyways, and like I said, it was so nice at Hobby Lobby. I had not seen that. I had not seen that pan before. So, but anyway, so let me get out our treat maker, Baker's Best Friend treat maker, and we'll start getting this in here. Again, love this machine. I was at my friend the Goodwill the other day, and I did come across another machine which I hadn't had before, and it was a cupcake maker like this. I tried it out yesterday. I'll be very honest, jury's still out on it. Did not have a very good experience with it. But I'm also not gonna give up on it either. So I'm gonna try again with it to see if maybe it was user error on my account. But I wasn't impressed with it at first. So I'm gonna try to see if maybe the machine can redeem itself with me, if that makes any sense. Because again, I was not impressed with it. And that made me sad because I love these machines and I love what they can do, even like the little donut maker that I have. So, and I think I love them because they're so quick. They're quick. You can put them in here and they come out cute. They're quick. You don't have to be some sort of master chef in order to do them. Like I said, a lot of people just ditch them at the Goodwill, so you get a bargain on them, which is even better. But yeah, I said I like them because they're quick. So if you want to do something nice and quick and easy and healthy for your pet, here you go. It's like I said, when I finish putting these in here, you'll see how quick this goes. And compared to, again, if I put the ones in the silicone pan in the oven, and it took a good 15 minutes in the oven. So whatever. I guess that's it's about if you were making cupcakes or cookies or whatever. So I guess I don't know. Maybe Jen needs to learn more patience. Maybe.
All we need is just a little patience.
Maybe that's the lesson here. Jen needs to learn more patience. So I guess because these are so small, and you just want to. I like to make a lot of them, and so it just something quick, something easy, something I want to make a lot of. Maybe give them out as gifts. I always like, taking them to people at work or giving them to neighbors, or you like treating people, their dogs. So it just makes you feel good. Makes you feel good on top of your own dogs. So, and again, it's healthy. You know that what you're giving your dogs is healthy, and it's not something that's been sitting there, on a shelf for 3-4 months, or God knows how long it's been sitting there. But I put these in a little sloppy. But anyways, so let me close this on up. So it's all closed up. It's in there. I still got tons of batter. But I'll show you when I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday what I got so that you can see that while this is cooking. And this is the silicone dog treat pan. So you can also bake them in here, which is what I did with the other treats. So I took the rest of this batter and I baked them in here as well. So, and then I had, let's see if I've got it down here. They also had this one. So I bought this one and this one at Hobby Lobby yesterday. And you can put this batter in here and here, and they're safe for the microwave, ovens, and then they're dishwasher safe. So, I mean, it's a win-win. And they're adorable. They come out adorable. I did the peach ice cream in these, and they popped out amazing and just so cute. So, you know, you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. And easy cleanup. You know, you take the stuff out, you clean it right up, and you've got no mess, and you're ready to go. So, you know, that's also the beauty of it. Also the beauty of it. So, as we're cooking, it smells really good. It smells really, really good. I'll point out these beautiful flowers I got from a wonderful friend of mine who decided to send me these beautiful flowers for the table here today. So appreciate that. And please, if you get a chance, hit that like and subscribe button. You know, appreciate everybody stopping by and watching these episodes. Love them, love doing them. We've got a couple other things coming up this week, so please tune in and you know, again, tell all your friends about us because we've got some great things coming up. I know the girls who are passed out on the floor because they just ran themselves to death prior to coming on here today. Really enjoy doing this as well. So we are still cooking a little bit, which is fine probably because I put so much on the dog treat things. That was my fault, but it does smell good. And again, look how simple that was. I mean, what did that take? Maybe 10 minutes to cut all that up and put that in there, and you have healthy dog treats. You know, and you know, you can even, again, you can take it to picnics, you can take it to a friend's house, and you're all good to go. So anyways, but all right, looks like we are rocking and rolling. So let's pop this open and see what we're looking like here. Yep, we are good. It is beautiful. They look beautiful. Yep, Rosie just got up because she smelled them. But we are good. They are beautiful. I'm going to try to move this on over. And we'll get one of these popped out real quick. Get my knife over here so you can see how wonderful these look. And again, these are another soft dog treat. So if you have a senior dog, great for on their little mouths. And another thing is, as sloppily as I put these in here in this machine, they come out so cute. So you don't have to be an expert baker. You know, they just come out so cute. They come out in little dog biscuits, and let me cut some of these out here. But yeah, I mean, look how cute that is. Little dog biscuits. And they're so soft and they smell wonderful. Take that part off. But yeah, absolutely fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. Fresh and fabulous and soft for your dog. So it's been another wonderful episode, another healthy recipe for your dog. We have now spent another week feeding your dog healthy dog treats. The dog is now fed, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Pardon my Frenchie, this is me, 143. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Please tell all your friends about us, and please hit that like, comment, and please subscribe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.